Fit like Abdi, Danny Boy here, and we're back with the electric second race, the haulage race. Each one sporting 4 of the carriages on the back there, still on their respective lanes. They are all set to stopped at the moment. We'll get them going to Cedar City. Yes, very good. The German single unit won the last race. The Russian train had a bit of a bad time. The Spanish train was doing good, but then it fell back. The Norwegian train did exceptionally well. It may do well here. So we'll get it started though. So the electric haulage race will begin in 3, 2, 1 and go. Listen for the horns. Yeah, right. And they are off. Looks like the American train is pulling ahead just slightly. The HHP8. As away it goes. Norwegian train ain't doing so good. Russian train is actually doing quite well. It's up there in third. Hopefully it'll stay there. Hopefully it'll have no sort of dire moments like it had in the last race. Let's jump on board with the Norwegian train as they go into the tunnel. The German train is away again though. Pretty decent, the class 103. The Russian train is extremely tall, you can see it there. Who's this train on this right? The French train. Can't see the French train, so the Norwegian train must be ahead of it. Around in the first corner, just over 90 miles per hour. They will be heading downhill shortly. No dramas as of yet. Unless something terrible has happened to the French train. They are outside again. No, the French train is still there. It is basically neck and neck with the Norwegian train as they head into this tunnel. They shall be appearing shortly at the other end. German train way out in front. It's doing quite well. The Lufthansa Airport Express. Very nice. They are entering the tunnel, but the Russian train is doing well. It needs some points badly after finishing last in the previous race. Hopefully it'll get some more just to make things a little more interesting. German train sort of pulling away there. Again, no dramas as of yet. Everything seems fine. I don't want to click on anything else in case I screw up. I'll click on the German train. You're first. You are pretty much second last. American train in second. Russian train slowing down there. He is on the inside track, which would cause him to slow down. He's now on the outside track where he'll gain a bit more speed. The Spanish train in fourth. French train slowing down terribly there. It's now dead in last, so I can leave you up there. The German train should be appearing out the other side of this tunnel. There it is. Still in first. Still the American in second. You are currently in fourth. French train sort of falling behind. They are inside another tunnel, but they're back out. Will the Russian train be able to edge up into second? Maybe. We shall soon see. We will have the bonus race after this, which will be Alco's with the power assisted. Oh my god. German train having a fatal error there. So it's your turn for the fatal error. You seen it there? It just like glitched and stopped. Came all the way down to 0 and then it was straight back on. I'm not sure why it does this, but it was the Russian and the Norwegian train who had it in the last race. Now the German train seems to be afflicted by the same problem. American train slowing down just because it's on the inside lap there. So it's now coming down. The German didn't do too bad, it recovered well, it isn't totally in last, in fact it's now in 4th position. The Russian train is in 1st for the moment, the Spanish train in 2nd, Norwegian 3rd, German 4th. The French train is now in 5th and the American train is now in last. They are still tightly grouped together though, so at this point it's still anyone's race. The German may be able to claw it back. The Russian train sneaking ahead though, it does look good in this race. Are you going to pass the Spanish train there? Maybe. The French train battling to stay out of last position as they're back into the tunnel. Quite a large tunnel. Some trains are slowing down there. Down to 53, the Russian train. It's gone now. Completely gone. The American train jumped up there. So again, these sort of glitches affecting the train. I'm not sure why they slowed down. He was in the inside of the corner, or he was on the outside, so she should have been fine. He's not lost though. He's not down and out yet. These problems could happen to any of the trains, so we just have to keep an eye out. The Spanish train in 1st. You are in 2nd. American is now in 3rd. You're there. You're still last. The French train up into there. Let's have a look at 1st. You're going into the tunnel. Is it a large tunnel section? Not too bad. We'll keep an eye on the speeds though. If any more drop off. The Russian train is dropping off there. Just because they're in the inside track there, they have to slow down more. German train, so it doesn't pay to be on the outside tracks, it seems. Those where most of the problems seem to occur. He is pulling away from the French train though, so good job. Keep going up there, buddy. Looks to be catching the German train. They are heading downhill in this section though, so they should be able to get up to top speed relatively easily enough. Pulling away slightly there from the French train over this little mountain crest here. There we go. See, I would have thought these would have affected the speed of the trains, but they don't. There must be little kinks in the track when I'm building it that makes them slow down to extremely low speed. You are gaining there. You will have the most speed to carry around here though. Gaining slightly there. The French train is gaining as well, so the 5th place and 6th place are not down and out yet. Still up there at 72. Or you've come down to 73. The French train is gaining on you. The rest are starting to speed up. Your acceleration is not that great. I believe that's your problem. It looks like the American train has jumped up into 1st place. The German train is cruising past everyone. Wow. So, American train in 1st. And now, German train. Oh wait, put my D in. American train in 1st. German train in second. Could possibly go up to first. Third place for you. Fourth place for you. Yep, the Norwegian lost out there. Rapid acceleration from the German there, getting him up into second. You guys are quite even. The French train is 1 mile per hour faster. They're closing on the Spanish train. Slowed down for that corner. This next section is a winding section, so they will be travelling slow through here, and it'll be down to acceleration with the weight on the back to see who actually gains any more places. Norwegian still there in third. It's on to Germany and America, 50 and 50. Trains on the outside track managing to carry in 58 there. You're up to 56. The French train might gain a place back here. Maybe. These two are pretty much right on it. Russian train just creeping ahead there. That 1 mile an hour making all the difference. They are slowing down. First, still the American just keeping in front of the German train there. We'll have to see when they get to the next straight who can carry a bit more speed. Looks like the French train is creeping past again. Everyone else still looking quite decent though. A few more turns to go and then they'll have a faster section up as they reach the halfway point. French train creeps past. But it's not over for the Russian yet. Although you are in the inside lane there, so you'll have to slow down because it's a tighter turn. Tighter turn, although you do have less distance to travel. Spanish train not making any ground on the Norwegian train, it looks like. Up around here. These two trains in the middle seem to have the best of both worlds, so they should be doing quite decent. The Americans still staying in front. If we look behind, we see the others. We see the Spanish train on the outside there, trying to gain a bit more ground. They'll be able to open up the tops here though. This is a fast section. So it is now down to acceleration. French train just in front there. The Russian might have slightly more acceleration. The rest of them are doing over 80. These guys have still not reached 80 yet. They are pulling away. Slowing down again for this turn though. I did wonder if the German would be able to accelerate past the American there, but it seems not. Another fast section round here, down into the tunnel. And away they go again. Getting on the speed there. See, he's already up to 90. I do believe he's going to pass the American train. This Lufthansa, this Class 103 is a beast. It is getting the job done. I do believe when they reappear from the tunnel at the other side, we'll have a new leader. Yes, we do. A win for German engineering there, although the race is far from over. Anything could happen. They are starting to pull away from the third place though. Slowing down slightly. How are you guys getting on? The Russian train has creaked in front. Goes pulling away slightly, maybe even gaining on the Spanish train. They're into the tunnel though, and it's a long way through the tunnel for them to go. They will have to slow down. I'm gonna risk jumping on with the train. This train, the Russian train. It does look like he is catching the Spanish train. Though it's going to accelerate here. Just a bit slow in the acceleration. There it is now. The Spanish train has already started accelerating by this point. It is now pulling away. Now when I exit the screen, all the open windows will be all over the place and in the wrong order. .1 miles per hour there, gaining some distance on these trains on the inside track, as it does not have to slow down as much. It doesn't have such a tight turn here. The American train back in first, it seems. Norwegian still in third. German train back in second. Right, on the acceleration now. Still at 39. 40, there it is. Just seems a bit longer for this Russian train to get back on power. Right, that should be it for tunnels for a while. Everything has gone wrong. The American train is in first though. German train is in second. Norwegian train is third as the German train starts to pull away from it. The Norwegian train is also pulling away from the Spanish train. It looks like the Russian train is having an issue. Back you go. What happened there? Excuse me, it did slow down for a section there. Get back on the power. Come on, get up there. Should be able to catch the French train again. Seems any train on this track ain't so good. Although we'll be doing... You're going to slow down here. Okay. We've got a tight turn in the inside there. When we run the Alcos, we'll see exactly which train had the best track. Because they all have the same top speed and acceleration. So through that we'll be able to discover who had the best track. First way out in front there. There he is. Still the American. The German may be able to pass him. But right now it's a battle for last place. The French train accelerating. Pulling away slightly. There is a left turn coming up where he will have to slow down. Both matching speeds there. He may still be able to get up there. We'll have to see at the end. They are heading down to down the valley. Oh, we lost the train there. American first, German in second. And the Norwegian train there. Decent number of the Norwegian train. The Renfe train, French. And you. Come on, buddy. You're actually going faster than he is. Or you were for a split second there. Right, they are heading round. Heading back towards Phoenix, Willow Springs, and then they'll be heading back up the mountain towards Cedar City. 102. See, the French train is doing 109. You're only doing 106. Come on, buddy, get up there. This may be a case just like in the last race with the British trains gaining a place at the end. How are we looking over here? It looks like the German train is gaining on you. Although they are both going at top speed, so that can't happen. The next corner they have to slow down for is this one. You need to get up to 125, buddy. He's at 125. You're now at 125. Will he be able to catch this French train? Who knows? Everything remaining as is at the front. Down to 99. You're staying at 100. See, you are now accelerating. It dropped down to 99 there for a second. Back on the power. 105, 103, 6. Oh, you're getting there. He's getting there. Everyone else is accelerating. The German train is up to 120 miles per hour. How are you managing to maintain that speed through there? So you gained a little on the American. You guys will have to slow down for here though, and then you'll be heading back up the valley, I do believe. Through the tunnel there. Are you gonna get first? He's down to 65. Autosave there for the win. It just would not be the same without an autosave kicking in at some point. Right, you're now heading back up the hill. You should be able to go full speed for most of this. You have slightly gained on the French train. It is pulling away slightly. Oh, you slowed down there about 73. Why? You were doing so good. French train pulling away again. You're down to 106 while he is firing past at 115. Anyone else slowing down there? So did you have superior speed going through acceleration going up the hill? Is that what it was? The American train is still hot on your heels though. Norwegian train seems pretty safe in third. That was the French train. That was the Russian train. Let's just keep an eye on the speeds through here, because I'm pretty sure the Norwegian train and the Russian train had difficulties in this part. The French train was fluctuating between 121 and 122 there. Russian train now going 1 mile an hour faster. The top two trains, you are slowing down because you're on a corner. But the American train doesn't have to slow down. guys are still doing good. French train down to 114, Russian train down to 114. They are starting to head back up the mountain towards the finish line. First and second, they are still quite close. Are you guys still quite close? Here is the French train exiting the tunnel now. And the Russian train exiting the tunnel now. He's at 125, the 1 mile an hour faster. Can he catch the French train? Is he gaining? No. They are staying the same. Gaining a slight bit of ground there. Let's keep an eye on first and second though. Slow section here, now through the tunnel and up to the finish line. Russian train gaining on the French train. It's now down to acceleration for these two. The German has the acceleration. It's up to 70 already. The Spanish train briefly was catching the Norwegian train there. Let's have a look though. We'll get rid of these, so it's going to be a surprise who finishes where. And we will head over to the finish line. There is the finish line there. This section of Katanari. Here is the first train arriving. Looks to be the German train. It's on a middle line. I hear it. No, first for Germany again. Well done. Second, the American. Norwegian train in third. Spanish train in fourth. And who's going to finish last? French train and Russian train in last. It almost got up there. Almost. So there you have it. A win for Germany again. Norway doing quite good. It's finished third pretty much all the time. Stop you. There we go. So there it is. That is the end of the Electrix haulage race. The German Lufthansa Airport Express winning out there. The American in second, Norwegian in third, Spain in fourth, France in fifth, and the Russian in last. Again, a tough race for the Russian train there. It had a few minor incidents at the start, but it does seem to be quite slow in acceleration. The German train well up on power there with acceleration. So here are the table standings after race 2 and the championship standings after the final electrical race at the Grand Canyon. So a second win for Germany there, 6 points, 2 wins, that's 12 points for them in the championship to be added on. USA getting a second there, Norway in third, getting 4 points. It finished second in the single units. Spain again in fourth, and France and Russia both maintaining the same place as the last race, getting a few more points there. So that's it for the race 2 table. We shall have a look at the championship table now. So Norway at the top of the table with 20 points. It, with being finishing sort of second and third quite a lot, it's racking up some decent points. Germany were the bottom, I believe, in the last, after the last race, the last 2 races. They've climbed up After the first two races they were last, they've climbed up to second to go even on 16 points with the USA. Spain sort of sitting in the middle there with 13, and Russia and France both on 10. Their places in the last two races not really helping their cause. But that is it. That is it for the elliptical races on the Grand Canyon. As always, if you did watch this and you would like to leave a like, comment or dislike, please feel free to do so. And if you'd like to see more if it's happening in the future, hit that subscribe button. There will be the bonus race featuring the Alcos. That'll be coming up next. But until then, I've been Danny Boy. This has been Transport Fever at the races on the Grand Canyon map, and I will catch you later.